Shoot, Gabby. Never mind. Okay. Okay. I want to see if I can be heard. Okay. I want to see if I can be heard. And I can, so that's really cool. I want to see if I can be heard. And I can, so that's Thank you for joining me tonight. Go ahead and share this with any of your friends, share in any groups. As I was getting prepared for today, it's always a little overwhelming when Spark of Wisdom and a moon cycle happen to fall on the same day. So let me know you're here. Give me a howdy, give me a hey, hey, give me a what's up. And so that I know that I am live. It's always so strange to use Zoom because I feel like I'm all by my lonesome. As I'm fixing my outfit. Anyway, when the moon cycle comes in, oh, there's Kelly. Yes. Okay. So I was just waiting to make sure that this was being received. Hey there, Miss Kelly. It's always so weird because I'm muted on my end. I'm using Zoom so I can stream on private pages and also save the recording to play later. So yeah, my hair isn't looking the greatest because I have been spending all day learning about the animal wisdom that came in, which is the phoenix. So miraculous, so beautiful, so inspiring. And it really has led from one thing to the other in getting prepared for the oracle. So I hope you all got to see the pictures that were available. Kelly says it's looking good and sounding awesome. Fantastic. So we have some new oracle. I've got the new divine energy oracle that's coming in for one of the decks today. We'll be using this for our first deck. And we also have for each of you the wild offering oracle. And I am in love with both of these. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you think about them. It's really nice to have some new stuff, but we've got the crystals coming forward. We've got the archangels, the ascended masters, and the elements all coming forward this week to lead us in the energy, as it is going to continue to be fast moving. But when I got ready, I was hearing 2 and 2. A love connection is coming together between our masculine and feminine energies. So let's go ahead and get into it. There were 4 different pictures. Oh, Tammy's here. Hey, Tammy, I'm so happy that you're joining us live. Bear with me as I am learning to use new devices. That causes a little bit of stress, and I normally look a little better, but you know, whatever. It is what it is. It's not going to change the messages. So the first thing that we're going to do, if you didn't have a chance, you can look on the Infinite Energy page, on the Ascension Warrior page. I posted 4 different literary works, actually, 4 pieces of art inspired by literary works, which is all related to our animal wisdom, which will be posted either later tonight or first thing tomorrow from the Phoenix. We have a rebirth going on, a renewal, a transformation, and it's happening for all of us. So it's really, really exciting. And at the same point in time, you know, it can be a little overwhelming. So I'm so happy that you guys have come here to get messages. There are 4 different pictures. I'm going to use my phone to show them, just in case you didn't see them. Just one moment while I pull them up. Okay. Yeah, for those of you that don't know me, just so you know, my name is Michelle Christides, and I am a retired nurse. I have 3 kids. I used to do party light for 20 some years, and I still do that. I used to go to people's houses and do parties and bring the light in their house. And now I bring the light into people's homes through Oracle. So that has been part of my transformation. I had a moment where my heart cracked open during some what people call shadow work, and I heard healer and oracle. And so I've been following the path ever since. Now, in my path, I do see energy. I actually don't, I do get visions with my energy, but what I tend to see is the actual energy, which is pretty cool. And, you know, I'm pretty intuitive. So I just kind of use Oracle, even though we'll go through some meanings, most of the time it's just all intuitively guided. Okay. So we've got 4 different pictures, and you may have chosen this one. I'm going to wait for it to come on the screen. This is for our first deck. So if this resonated with you, I'm going to pull it over just a little bit more. This is actually, and let me blow it up. See if I can blow it up. There we go. So as you can see, there's a girl here. She's reading a book, and there are flames around her. So this is for deck number 1. Okay. This one is deck number 2, or Oracle number 2. I'm going to explain these in just a moment. I just want you to go. You might get a tingling sensation, just a knowing. You might want to use your pendulum. Okay. This one I know has been chosen by a few people already. And this is the Lady by the Water. Get it on there. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on a second. That did not go as planned. Okay, we'll just hold it up normal. Here I was trying to blow it up for you guys. So this one is the 3rd one. And you can't, there's a shipwreck here in the distance. Okay, so it's waves and a shipwreck. And then the 4th one is this abstract art. Bless you, bless you. Let me try to angle this a little better. I'm seeing it's getting missed here. Tammy said 2 and 3 jumped out at me. Awesome. I hope that's coming through. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the first one. So the first one is all about, actually, the literary work is Fahrenheit 451. Okay, now Fahrenheit 451 is actually coming up for its 50th anniversary. So this really has to do, I love the 50. Oh, Kelly, this one's for you then. And this is with our new oracle. So the colors that are coming here, we see the reds, we see the greens, we see the blue. She's reading the book. Okay, so this is all about, first of all, this book actually might be something that you might be want to read or research a little bit, because I believe there's some messages in here. But the premise of this book, if you haven't read it, Fahrenheit 451, is basically 451 degrees is the amount of degrees that paper will burst into flames on its own. So that's the number. It also, to me, I was getting angel number 451. When you do the numerology, it comes to a 10 or a 1, which is the ending of a cycle. Hey, Jolene. So 451, like I said, it's the temperature that paper burns itself. Now, the premise was that this is a struggle between the desire for knowledge and wanting to conform, and finding the balance of that, as it was about, if you haven't seen the movie too, I think it's on Netflix right now. It's about firefighters who actually burn the books. Okay, I know, can you imagine all that books would be illegal? But there's something to be said there, and that's why the popularity of this book has been so long. There's a quote in there that says, and this is for those of you that chose this, there must be something in books, I'm getting goosebumps as I'm reading it, things we can't imagine. Let me start over. There must be something in books, things we can't imagine, to make a woman stay in a burning house. There must be something there. You don't stay for nothing. Now, this particular book is about a wife who betrays her husband. And there's a betrayal there because she doesn't want to face her own demons, so to speak. And at the same point in time, he doesn't want to face the truth with his wife that they have a loveless marriage. So that's the premise of the book. Mildred, who is the wife, is more concerned about herself than others. And also, I'm getting a spirit animal came forward through the book is the salamander. The salamander is able to withstand the flames. So let's get more into it. This is going to be using our brand new, the Divine Energy Oracle. So I'll be using it intuitively, but we're going to go ahead and give a couple reads on a couple things. Before we jump into that, we want to get the situation. So angels of the highest light, what is the situation? I love it. Right away, I cut to the Nautilus. So the Nautilus is just like you think of, and I'm loving that because the Nautilus also is an old time movie, and it's all about a machine to go down into the depths. And this actually is a beautiful crystal, actually a fossil related to the octopus. And it really is all about anchoring into the 5D. So that is one little clue for those of you that chose this. And then we've got number 7, hematite. And I want to refer to this real quick because, this helps us to get to know, but I'm pretty sure that this is for your throat chakra. So I'm pretty sure that you are being seen in your rebirth to step up and to be heard. Oh, this is a base, it's the earth chakra, helps ground ourselves. Okay, so hematite helps us ground ourselves by encouraging and maintaining boundaries. By working with this crystal, a person's energy radiance becomes strong and healthy. So based on what we were seeing here, this is all about what we're getting with the 451, Fahrenheit 451, is this balance between conforming to what others want and also, finding the knowledge, right? The knowledge that you're looking for. So this is actually really interesting. So we've got a couple crystals there jumping out, but this is the one that's the situation. So let's go ahead and take a look. We've got a combination of that. Look at how beautiful this is. Now I was getting ahead of myself because this is actually, hi Karen, welcome. We're doing number 1, which is from Fahrenheit 451. And I love that we're getting a 31. Okay. The reason I'm talking about that, you can see the blues and the crystals through here. This is a vibration of a 4, and this is all about getting your structure. Now, hemephrite, this is the one. How funny is I was talking about, because they're so close. So I want to make sure, yes, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize it, but this was the one that I was thinking of, okay? So this is all about your throat chakra, and it works with the ethers. Hemephrite stimulates a desire to explore the inner realms of your being and soar with consciousness into unknown territories. And who can help you do that more than the phoenix? The phoenix is seen to go to heights that no other bird can even soar to, so high that people don't even see them flying. So this is very interesting that this is the energy around your situation. This is what I was feeling. This is about, letting go of, possibly letting go of what others think, gaining the knowledge and the forthright to stand behind your words. But sometimes we can get lost in the shuffle there. We're going to find out, because sometimes, depending on who we are, we all have our unique blueprint. Sometimes some of us wait to know everything before we can actually say something. And when I'm mentioning that, here's the vibration. There's no such thing as knowing everything. And in fact, you were probably led here for these few words, that you are consistently and constantly learning. Okay. So if you have that vibration of being a consistent and constant student, that is number 1. Okay. That is number 1. Strengthen your gifts. So it's less about knowledge and more about what is already inherently within you. Okay. So this is all about using that throat chakra, getting that expression going so that people can be familiar with your gifts. Instead of looking in books and getting the knowledge of what this gift can do and what that gift can do, or maybe spending time in meditation, conversing with your guides, it's a matter of facing the fire, feeling the fire, which is all symbolic of action, and putting those gifts in to use. And at the same point in time, understanding that when you do, that's how you strengthen them, get familiar with them, and expand their value. Ooh, I love these cards. Ooh, goosebumps. Okay, so far we're just getting a lot about expression. Now there's so many ways to express yourself. It's not just words. It could be art. It could be dance. It could be writing. It could be as your smile. I mean, there's so many different ways. But we're being led here to be decisive, okay? To be decisive, to make a decision, to allow things to go full circle, and to keep it simple, okay? That's what it's so funny. I'm hearing keep it simple, which reminds me of KISS, right? So it's actually keep it simple, silly, okay? Keep it simple, silly. Meaning don't be getting in your own way. Okay, so we're going to pull 2 cards. The first card is going to be advice for you, and the second card is what's being hidden from you. So the first card, look at this. Wow, your advice is to speak up. Speak up. Wow. Allow those shades of gray and those elements of alchemy to come out of your mouth and to be shared with others, because there's lots of benefits when you do that. Kelly saying, excellent reading. Love this. Oh, you know, you're giving me chills, my friend. And this is all about this. I'm feeling these colors so much. This is actually showing me what you've been going through. This higher heart awakening, the higher heart, which is the pink, the digging down into that solar plexus. And actually, I love that we saw the nautilus, because you have been digging so deep. And your road has been so expensive. You know, look at the art here. Look at how it's so abstract. And so in some ways, you're feeling like your awakening has been abstract, that it has been a little fragmented. You've been digging deep, getting alchemizing, digging for gold is what I'm getting. But this is actually allowing you to ground deep into the earth, so that at this time when the phoenix comes forward, you are grounded in this fire, meaning it's almost like a tower moment that you're aware of. So this is like that last little bit to uncover any resistance, okay? So these colors are coming up, these shades of gray. You've done so much work. You've been through so many activations. And what's super interesting about this is that in itself has so much value to so many who are about to endure the same or have been going through the same. Because I was getting from the beginning the divine energy oracle, I'm feeling like this is I really have this sense. And of course, Kelly, you're helping me with this, but what I mean by this is you are the teachers. You are the examples. You have a connection with the divine. And just by sharing your connection, you open the eyes of others. Wow. Beautiful. I even see a little shade of blue and purple. Oh my gosh, what I love here, and it's hard for you guys to see in this corner, it almost looks like a peacock feather, okay? And that peacock is often associated as an animal of, of the phoenix, all right? I love these cards. Now, what's being hidden from you? What's being hidden from you is to shine your light. Shine your light. It's like so simple. Speak up, shine your light. Allow the structure to find itself, okay? You can build as you go. You can build as you go is what I'm hearing. You don't need the structure, because it's not, even though we're talking about building a new structure, what's interesting is the structure in itself is fluid. It's abstract and fluid, like you see on this card. This reminds me of that artwork that they gather all the different colors together and then they pour it, and then they, it's so mesmerizing to watch. Like if you've seen the videos, and they pour it and it goes all over, and it creates this beautiful creation. There is no structure. And in fact, the fact that it's open, is the structure. Okay. And I'm holding up this mandala because I believe that all of these pictures have extra messages for you, as I'm just here relaying oracle. But you, my friend, you have a connection with the divine as well, as we all do. And what's so interesting is it's just like, even in this crystal structure, I'm seeing the fluidity, right? And the crystal shapes, and how that creates that center, all right? And that uniqueness that you have. Such a beautiful reading, actually. Just beautiful. On bottom, let's take a look. Look at this. You dug for that gold, and just allow it, shine your light. Allow the glitter to dance off of who you are. Be true to yourself. Allow yourself to be fluid, but make no mistake, you are being guided to speak up and to share your moments of brilliance and your moments of pain and your moments of alchemization and your moments of bliss. In fact, what I love about the synchronicity with the book Fahrenheit 451 is I feel in a lot of ways, those of you that chose this could be writers in your own right. Maybe you have a book that you've been thinking about writing, right? Be true to yourself. Maybe you write poems. I feel like, or maybe you channel in narratives. I feel like there is something with the written word. And that is why you were drawn to this particular reading, so that you would speak up and share these brilliant nuggets that may come very commonplace in your world, but can inspire those around you. So let's get one more final prayer. At the bottom, we have courage. We're starting out with you guys. At the bottom, we have courage and the sunflowers. So I'm getting like, give yourself time, maybe 90 days, but start expressing yourself, speaking up, even if it's just to yourself. What are your desires? What are you striving for? So these are the prayers that we're offering up for you, pile number one. These are the prayers we're offering up to you. I got goosebumps, so I'm getting ready to pull this. I love this deck. Okay, so here's your card. I'm going to show it to you, and then I'm going to read it. What a beautiful artwork. Look at the butterfly. Oh, I want to make sure I'm holding it in the center. Sorry, I'm not used to my daughter's laptop. Okay. Oh, and it says change. I thought it said hange. I didn't even see the C at first. But look at change and the butterfly. Okay, so let's read it. Don't scare yourself with the next 40 steps. What? 40. The next 40 steps. All you need is that one next action. You can say to love, just show me the first step and change me into one who can take it. Beautiful. Let's repeat it one more time. You got, for your prayers, we got change, prayers of change. Don't scare yourself with the next 40 steps. All you need is that one next action. You can say to love, just show me the first step and change me into one who can take it. Wow. And on the bottom, we have solitude. Okay. So you might be in hermit mode as you are Kelly is saying, spot on. Beautiful. Once you embrace your inner divine and your own sacred solitude, the right people arrive at the right time, exactly on schedule, without forcing or changing. Such a beautiful reading, full-blown goosebumps. That is like a huge, huge, huge validation of what this is for you guys. And of course, I can't help but notice the butterfly, the daisies, and of course, the lilies. And the lilies are in full bloom right now. And so are you. And so are you. So speak up, let your light shine, express yourself, and just have the courage to allow this change to, fuel your fire and your passion. Such a beautiful reading. Thank you so much to all of you who came in. I hope you love this new oracle. I know I do. That was really beautiful. And remember, hermaphrodite. So everything is about morphing. Okay. We've got hermaphrodite with the word morph in it, right? We've got the phoenix, which is all about the transformation, right? And we've got the card that said change. So just know that this is exactly what you needed. Right time and right place. Thank you for being here. Now, for those of you that are not familiar, I also am blessed to do all kinds of attunements. And in fact, I'm learning more and I'm speaking up based on this reading, is that I have found that I am a teacher that helps people through Oracle and things of the such to learn how to work with the all. So I am so blessed to be able to do attunements. I have the animal wisdom that comes in, and then attunements to the crystals, like that hermaphrodite is an attunement that will be offered at a different time. And also plant medicine, as we just did the lily a few weeks ago on a round table here in the Ascension Warrior page. So, I would love to have you join me if you want to see what this is all about. This is about you plugging into the various aspects of the all and attuning to their knowledge and allowing it to help you and assist you at managing your mental and emotional. So it takes that mental and emotional part out, which actually fast tracks your healing. Okay. So if that's of interest, make sure you check out. We're doing citrine and pyrite and adjoite. I'm saying it wrong. Ahoite. There you go. And there's 4 attunements. I can't remember the other one. They're $7 a piece. They're very affordable. And I have a special. They're $22 for all 4. Okay. So make sure you check that out. And I also am doing a Reiki special. Okay. So if you are in need of some Reiki, I've had some really great Reiki sessions, $66 for a session. If you want Oracle with it, it's $88 with 6 cards Oracle for the next 30 days. All right. Thank you, pile number 1. I am just wishing you so much love and happiness and joy. Just surrender to the process. Surrender to the process. Better days are coming. Let's go ahead and move on to pile number 2. Pile number 2 was the one that was associated with this particular piece of art. Of course, it has the rainbow and the different castles. But some of you who are diehards might have recognized it, but this is actually inspired by Harry Potter. So this is all about the movie and the literary works of Harry Potter. And of course, we're talking about the phoenix, and the phoenix that is in Harry Potter is called Fox, not Fox, Fox. Okay. So Fawkes is actually named after, it's a joke within the Harry Potter, is that it's named after Guy Fawkes, who was 16th century trying to blow up the king, trying to set fire, and it didn't go right and they ended up in trouble. But anyway, it's also seen as the character of vendetta. Okay, so that really stuck out to me. The word vendetta really stuck out to me. Now, what's really interesting is, now just bear with me because I got a lot of different messages as I was doing the research for this, is Fox is a male, as the Phoenix is coming in as a masculine energy. So the masculine energy, the divine male, has been lit on fire, so to speak, and has been renewed, which is just so amazing. Hey, Julie, we're just starting, you girl. Okay, so, but Guy Fawkes was known for blowing things up. So when I'm saying that, I'm going to assimilate it all together, okay? This is also known, and this character in Harry Potter is actually based on the sea eagle. So there might be some information about the spirituality of the sea eagle for you. And also this particular phoenix is known to drop his tears on the burns from the venom that Harry Potter gets, and it heals. It's the only thing that heals. So we have a lot of emotions coming up here. And in fact, those of you that chose this pile may even resonate with blowing up, losing your cool, feeling emotionally imbalanced. But yet, when you cry, you might even be criers, empathic. Oh my God, I know I am. I wouldn't even be surprised if this is my pile because I cry on Hallmark commercials, all kinds of stuff. But when you cry, that is when you're able to release your pain. Okay, so I know this is kind of interesting. I identify most with the angelic, okay, realm. And I've been feeling a lot. I was talking to my friend Jolene. I've been feeling a lot of tugs on what I refer to as my wings, right? Leanne says, healing tears. I cry for anything. Yeah, healing tears are also called truth tears. Okay, you guys. So they're also called truth tears. And I've been feeling these tugs, and it's been like really interesting. It's been on the back of my heart chakra. And I notice when I have tears form, it releases that connection that I'm having with others. It's like this deep empathy, okay? A deep empathic connection. So sometimes when we have these deep empathic connections, and I feel like this is you guys, what we have in common is, and I can attribute to this because I am one, is that sometimes it's really hard for us to know what belongs to me, what belongs to you, and what the heck belongs to those on Atlantis, Lemuria. You know what I'm trying to say? So this is why we can be all over the place. I also am getting a lot of twin flame. Now, I'm not going to go into what I believe the twin flame is at this point, but I do want to say that this particular character, Fox, which is based on this particular illustration, is the one who creates the whatchamacallit, the magical wand, the wand for Harry Potter and for Voldemort. So it's showing this duality. And in fact, I believe for many of you that found their place here, and we'll find out, I'm already getting that you're seeing yourself in a new light. Potentially, you are seeing a renewal of who you were, and that's what pulls on you. Okay, so I just want to say, I'm feeling the need to say right now, the past is the past. The past is the past. This also is the one where sound comes up. So this is also talking about, particularly in this particular deck, or this particular pile, is all about the sound that the phoenix makes and how the sound that phoenix makes touches the souls of the people around them. Okay? Julie saying lots of emotion in this season, very empathic. Yes. Okay, you guys, I think I've got just goosebumps. Now this crimson feathers, gold tail, beak and claws, black eyes, and boy, can you guys carry a lot. So those of you that chose this pile, you have really been in it, okay? And it's just like, at this point, it's almost like you haven't given up because you can carry so much, but there are thoughts of putting the load down. So the archangels are here. The archangels are here to inspire you at a time where you need it the most. We're going to get the energy that surrounds you, first of all. Right away, I knew it was going to come up. Citrine, this is the shift. See, I'm feeling it. Particularly, we're all feeling different things, but citrine is coming up. This is what's being offered this weekend. And citrine is not only in a formidable cleanser, like it is just the super cleanser, especially when you mix it with that pyrite. But it also reminds us about what true abundance is, okay? In fact, I want to grab, I have a beautiful little something right here. It's right on top. Oh. Solar plexus. It affects the solar plexus. So we're talking about that Atlantean timeline, which is just so relative right now. It is the element of fire. And citrine teaches you that abundance is a state of being. It reminds you that the world is generous and abundant. It teaches us to increase our standards of what we believe, and it breaks patterns within our nervous system that limit our beliefs. Okay, so this is deep forgiveness, deep, deep, deep healing. Julie says, my intention in the last 10 months has been divine union with lots of physical twin flame energy. I'm actually feeling the heat right now. It's been tough in this season to keep from absorbing my partner's energy as we separate. Feeling you 100%, Julie. Definitely feeling that, especially when in Atlantis, many of us were separated. And so we went through this shape shifting for just centuries and centuries and thousands of incarnations. And now the lessons have been learned on that timeline. And that is why the Phoenix is here to have a new beginning for us all, because the lessons have been learned. Okay, so I love that came up. Woo, I love it. And sugar light. Okay, it's funny because I just heard, get that sugar baby, like sugar daddy is what I heard. Both of them are fives. You might be seeing 55, a lot of 555 energy, a lot of shifts and changes. And what's really interesting is I'm getting the purples here. So as you jump into that solar plexus, a lot of people know about the connection to the throat chakra. But of course, when you stand in your power, it affects everything above, including your vision, how you see yourself and those around you. And I love how it shows it here. You get to the center. You get to the center. Almost like what I'm kind of hearing is, how many licks does it take to get to the middle of what's that lollipop called? Tootsie Roll Pop. There you go. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop? Let's say it's about damn time. All right, so the energy, oh my goodness. We're going from those shifts to a vibration of an 8 to abundance, okay? And I love the 3 and the 5 here, because earlier today, I resonated with the time 3:58, and at that point, I heard balance shifts into abundance. Meaning that those of you that chose this, those of you that are emotional, you're feeling the blow ups. It is so inherent to find your balance, okay? Because what's happening is the universe is circling back, and there's that center again. It's getting to the center of the alchemy for you, the center of the lesson, okay? And it's all about the balance all around. And look at this. How do you create a diamond? But through pressure. The Herkimer diamond. Now, this one I'm not familiar, so let's go ahead and take a quick look-see. This is associated with your crown and the ethers. The Herkimer, and I might be saying it wrong, could be Herkimer diamond, encourage us to be optimistic, positive, and relaxed in our attitude. There is such a positive and reassuring message to these crystals that it is a challenge to remain unhappy around them. These diamonds remind us that life can be simple and easy. Their unique energy balances the crown chakra and ourselves in the world. There comes a quickening, a speeding of personal evolution with garnet. Interesting. Which is the gold and the the crimson, that's the crimson, the garnet. So look into that. Meditating with this stone can clear any patterns that are inhibiting or restricting the expression of the divine spark that is at the base of our spine. So this is all about the pressures that you've been through and how you are like resetting from going from coal into diamond. This is what I'm feeling so much. Julie says, I work with these a lot. Okay. You know, I am not surprised. And look at on the bottom. I mean, I just can't help it. But I saw the 3, and this is Morganite. And I have to tell you, all right, I have to tell you that this is for your heart chakra. And this instantly reminds me of the Morgans, the Fae, Morgana. And so what I'm getting is that there are some things that happened on previous timelines that were not necessarily of the light for you. But what's really interesting is we've all been through those things. Sorry, ooh, got a big cough there. We've all been through those things. But for some of us, it's all about last week, the human came up, and really it's about the acceptance of our humanity, accepting that we have made mistakes, that we do have limits, okay? But that doesn't mean we don't have great intentions. And at the same point in time, what did I say earlier? The past is the past. So it's time to let it go, because I don't know about you. I might identify with Morgana on Merlin, but my name's Michelle, and I'm here right now at this time. And even though I may have lived lots of different pressures over the times of incarnations, this is my time to shine. And I believe that this is your time too. I've already like self-proclaimed chosen this pile. Look at this. What's on bottom for you guys? Oh my God. It's the owl. Okay. So crazy that the owl is right there. Listen to the messages of the angels. You are so connected to the divine. And look at this full moon. Okay. We're literally in a full moon right now. There's things happening for you at night more than you know. Your healing is coming in when you sleep. So I believe that those dream patterns have so much for you. And one of the best things about the owl is about their vision. They're able to see things just like a diamond from the different facets. Okay. So I'm looking at things from different point of views is actually really part of your healing process. Wow, that was so crazy. And then look, the swan. Okay, I love this because in my research that I was doing about Fox, which led to this pile, is he was based on his character, the size was based on a swan. And this is all about having grace and beauty. The connection to the crown is what I'm feeling here. So I'm feeling that again. And this is allowing you to have liftoff. Demonstrates grace and majesty. So no matter what you've been through, it's all about how you're holding those emotions. It's about living in gratitude and giving yourself grace. So when those triggers come up, the universe is literally testing you, is what the angels want you to know. And so allow yourself to really pass those exams, okay? When the trigger comes up, how can you diffuse it? Now, I'm not talking about going into conscious maintenance where you just like dumb it down, stuff it back down. Let it rise up. But I have a sense that as it rises up, you're already alchemizing as with your mind, okay? But this is the thing. You're becoming emotional masters. You're learning to manage the mental body, but you need to be careful of spending too much time in your mind, okay? Too much time, and that's why we're seeing lift off the water, okay? I'm feeling that so much. Yeah, here's the kangaroo. Okay, now this is so awesome because you guys are my crystal people, just like me. Okay, this is why I'm feeling this pile. I mean, I just know this is my pile. I just know it, know it, know it. We are bringing the medicine of the crystals forefront. We are gridding the new earth. We are bringing the knowledge from Lemuria to the forefront. And we're not doing it by ourselves. We're working in packs. So even though it might feel like you're alone, know that you're not alone. Expand your vision and allow yourself to see those who are around you. Okay, there's 4 different kangaroos here. Be a force for good. Okay, and we've got Archangel Sandalphon, which is one of my current guides. And so those of you, you have sacred work that you're doing, working into the new earth as we're getting prepared for ascension of the earth here in the next 10 years. This is really happening. And so you're doing a lot of work at night. You might be getting guidance on, you know, setting up, for instance, grids in your home, working with crystal grids, sending energy, okay, to others. So right on for me, lady. Thank you. Oh, Julie, you are so welcome. Okay. So I'm feeling that so much. Now, what's so interesting about the kangaroo is they have the ability to work on multiple things at once. And so what I'm feeling for those of you in this group, and what I am potentially getting, is that you have multiple activations been happening at the same time. Okay, because you have the ability in times of plenty, times of balance, times of not blowing up, to be able to spread your focus. You can watch your joeys in different ways. The fruits of your labor, your womb, can be used in different ways. You can keep an eye on one child as it bounces out and about, but also you can have one in the sac, and you can even with will continue to have something brewing in the womb. Okay, so those of you that chose this pile most likely are very smart, are very in tune and activated. Okay, and to make things simpler, trust your intuition. And when you have that balance, because remember, balance allows for the shift. It's all about balance, 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 balance for you. And you've had lifetimes. This just wanted to come out for you, so I'm just going to take it. The badger. Okay. The badger. Bring your life into balance. Look at how they're literally standing on the earth, gridding the earth. And notice that there's a pair. Okay, so here's that twin energy. One is higher than the other. Now, this is not a reference or a judgment. This is not a hierarchy, but I actually resonate, and I think many of you will resonate, that a lot of things that you're doing, and maybe you were brought here specifically to resonate with the fact that instead of separating, you are actually healing, by example, your divine counterpart, or in some ways, by healing yourself, those deep, deep, deep alchemies, those deep activations are also healing them. Okay, because sometimes things are more intertwined than we think. Julie says Libra sun and moon. Oh my gosh, that's right, Julie. We're both Libra suns. I have an Aquarius moon though. So I kind of feel like those of you that resonate as grid workers, I know that if you don't know, I know that you're already working with Archangel Sandalphon. And so if you don't already foster a relationship with Archangel Sandalphon, I'm bringing that to the forefront because he wants to support you. Okay, so the first card is the advice. So that just jumped out. What's your advice? I got full goosebumps. That there's a metamorphosis. Look at this butterfly. She's on fire. This fire that you're feeling is allowing a rebirth and a change. Oh my goodness. Be ready to transform. Be ready to transform with wisdom. Can I get an amen, right, Julie? Can I get an amen for any of those that chose pile number 2? Wow. And look at these colors, that magenta, that purple. These are higher level colors. The magenta, I'm learning, has to do with hearing. Okay, so you might be developing clairaudience. Maybe you hear right now different sounds. Maybe it's more than songs. Maybe, okay, for me, I'm going to share. I'm working on a specific mission in my sacred work. And if I don't do my particular thing that my guides want me to do, my robotic vacuum cleaner goes off in the middle of the night. Leanne said, I missed the first few minutes. Now I'm gonna have to watch the whole thing to see all the decks. So hi, Leanne. Yeah, I'll do timestamps when we're done. Okay. So this is just so beautiful. And of course, look at the lilies here. Now, this is so symbolic to me because those of you in this pile, this upgrade, this change is far bigger than you know. Okay, this is the elements coming together. This is the spiral of the all, the crystals, the plant medicine, the animals. This is what I was talking about. This is about the 6 points. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6 points on your wheel. Oh my goodness. And I'm seeing spirals of the shells. So this is the wisdom of the earth that flows through your veins. Beautiful. And look at, you just leave that ray of wisdom. That's the wisdom that you're bringing forward. This is the deep alchemy. So remember, no matter what you've been through, what goes away from you comes back in a new form. And even though it has taken quite some time, even though we may have seen ourselves as the one who shall not be named, into becoming with the lightning bolt, with the bolt of lightning, the fast energy, the divine energy, waking us up, realizing that we are indeed Harry Potter. It's a frequency, it's a vibration. This is so amazing and reminds me of the Merkaba. Yeah, I could see that. So this was just so divinely meant for all of you that chose this, because it's been so much work for so many light workers. So I'm so happy to bring these messages. And what's being hidden from you? Are you ready? Oh my God. So synchronistic. I don't know if my friend Lauren's going to be on here. And we saw this last week. It's the deer. It's the deer. It's the sacred coupling. It's the sacred divine flame, the divine masculine, the divine feminine coming in order. Okay. And what are we upon right now but the buck moon? The buck moon. And the buck moon, this full moon today, is called the buck moon. So trust in the support of the universe, trust in the support of the cosmic energy that's coming in. And, you will find your center because you're getting, notice how she's receiving the information, but he telepathically is getting it as well. Do you see? Even though it looks like he's not awake, he is getting the healing. And this is the buck moon, which is the precise time when the male's antlers are full growth. Leanne says, all these cards you're pulling, are they symbols even in regular book? Phoenix, owl, badger, deer. That's such a great question, Leanne. Since my awakening, I am blessed to bring in animal wisdom every single week. This week is the phoenix. and I get channeled messages. And so when I'm seeing these cards, I'm understanding on a different level some of the information that's been brought in. And the deer are such a beautiful, and those of you that are on my page, Infinite Energy, and please feel free to join that page. Ascension Light Workers is a collaborative, and we love it, and we're all working together. But my original page is Infinite Energy, and so that I post a lot on there, and there's beautiful messages from the deer. But you know what? You've inspired me to read this. So I'm going to go ahead and read this. Can you guys bear with me for 2 seconds? I want to turn my light on. It's getting a little dark. Okay, sorry about that. Let there be light. Okay, let there be light. Okay. Julie said, one of the many reasons I resonate so much with you, Michelle, animal wisdom is amazing. Oh, Julie, thank you. And I remember the deer. Okay, the deer is so special for me. I was just posting with Trish, actually. My friend Trish, who's on a session warrior, she's so amazing. And we were talking about the deer, and I was like, you know, I have this memory. And I went back, and it was 6 years ago. I was at a party light party. I told you guys I did party light for many years. And I was heading home from a party. It was about 10:30 at night. And out of nowhere, I saw 20, I thought it was 27, but it was 24 deer. 24 deer in a field. And this is before I even knew about any of these things. And even at that point, I posted it on Facebook, and I was like, this has to mean something. It just resonated with my heart. And I took a picture, and I felt so blessed. So the deer has been coming in. I've even shared that I've had past lives as a deer, quite a few past lives, some where I was shot and was a meal, you know. But yeah, so there are some really deep connections with the deer, and of course, or not just with the deer, but with all the animals. And I feel so blessed to bring their messages forward. I truly do. Okay, so the deer says, trust in the support of the universe. All types of deer have been incarnated from Lucame, an ascended aspect of Sirius. They learn and teach about trust. Julie says, I was a dolphin. Yeah, you probably shape-shifted so many different ways, Julie. Yes, myself as well. The gentle feminine doe has her third eye open and is alert and watchful. The dignified masculine stag is grounded in his power, and his antlers symbolize dominance and supremacy. The stag antlers grow in the spring, representing birth and renewal. They fall off in the autumn, denoting endings or loss. The mission of the doe's soul is to learn and teach about grace, innocence, trust, and family life. That of the stag is to learn and teach about trust in the universe, majesty, and self-empowerment, and to experience walking a solitary path. Their service missions are to eat fresh grasses and leaves in order to stimulate new growth. Here's the guidance. The deer card is reminding you to trust the universe to look after and support you, to trust your own deepest intuition. What were we talking about? And look at, I just noticed the ears. The ears are open and in tune, talking about that activation to your clairaudience. Then to follow its guidance. Deer bring you a message of balance and equilibrium. For you are guided to employ your psychic knowing while maintaining your dignity and divine magnificence. If you are reading this in the spring, expect renewal and hopes, confidence, and new direction. If it's autumn, there may be endings that will ultimately benefit you, so handle them with grace. You are asked to look out for help from those weaker than yourself, and Archangel Michael will assist you in this task. He invites you to remember that we are all one, and in helping another, you promote your spiritual growth and ultimately that of the planet. Wow, what was I saying? The grid workers. I seen a picture of the stag in the sky tonight. How beautiful, Tammy. And so, yeah, that energy is what we're bringing down. This is so beautiful. So beautiful. So let's get a message for those of you. This is all about confidence. So we had that citrine coming in. This is about standing in your power and having faith. Look at the roses, allowing the rose, knowing that you've healed old wounds and it's time to stand and be there for others. Julie says, I've been repeating this mantra over and over lately as this season is the most challenging ever. Yeah. Relax, let go, trust, and surrender. Girl, I'm feeling it. And so is your health. So prayers for your health, to eat those greens so that you can, keep the growth going, right? Okay. Knowing that some of these things that you're feeling are just temporary as you step into that confidence. I even believe that a lot of you that chose this pile you're getting physical sensations, okay? So this past week, you might have some GI upsets, some throat action, some anxiety, okay? You're feeling it in that nervous system, okay? But it's all about trust and surrendering. And so your prayer coming forward from the archangels is about striving. So I'm going to hold this up and let you look at it. And I'm going to go ahead and read it for you. But I see the bubbling up. Look at those oranges and those yellows at the bottom and the top. And it's just like bubbling up to the surface. Striving. Eventually, the individual's ego drive to make things happen falls away, replaced with a relaxed, trusting openness to the answers as they arise. Thank you, Divine, for letting me move with the flow. How beautiful was that? Now, those of you that chose this deck, you are going to be so interested, as I have learned, as I'm seeing direction on the bottom. Oh my gosh, confirming your direction, because I'm just about to tell you is that I have found that I am a grid worker. I have found that I do work with the all. I've got animal wisdom. Hold on just a second. Gabby, my daughter, I gotta plug in I might have to plug in real quick. But this says direction. Lord, please show me the right action right now. Please bring me a sign and a miracle that gives clear direction. May I hear the promptings of my own body. What was I telling you? Your body. And if for some reason I'm about to head the wrong way, please stop me. Look at all those pansies. Oh my goodness. So I was just about to share that, I know that I'm meant to bring these attunements forward, and there's different attunements. We happen to be talking about crystal attunements, and they're opening and remembering for you and attuning you, the lessons that attune you and take those emotional and mental triggers to fast track your healing, because this is where the powers that be, the Voldemorts, the one that shall be not be named, they can never take your energy, but they can certainly do things to distract you, and they can, and they have. And they have. We've learned all the lessons there, though. So I'm offering 4 attunements this Saturday morning. I would love for you to join me. I think it'd be huge benefit for those of you that chose this pile, because it is the citrine, which is all about the abundance, the Ahoite, I say it wrong, Ajoite, Ahoite. Is all about getting in the flow. I'm actually looking at it right here, okay? Getting in the flow. And this just reminded me that it should be in the deck, dang it. Pyrite, when you combine pyrite to either one of these, oh my God, and sunstone. So this is really based on these Atlantean timelines and really walking away from that timeline with the lessons instead of being wrapped up into the energy over and over again. So this is your time to get a new direction. So allow your body to guide you, allow your intuition to guide you. And remember, it's not just for you. It's for that divine masculine, your divine counterpart, and it's for those around you. Because as you're shifting, you're leaving that beautiful flutter. As you know, you watch a butterfly and it flutters and it just dances. And this is actually leaving this on the souls of so many people around you. Just beautiful. Okay, I've got to plug in this. I'm so sorry. I got to plug in again. Give me 2 seconds as we move on to deck number 3. Technical difficulties. Oh my goodness. All right. I am so grateful for my daughter. Although, Gabby, where does this go? Okay. I'm learning new things. Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry you guys. I don't mean to like put my chest on the screen. Okay. All right. Well, that was certainly really, really beautiful. Thank you for those that chose pile number 2. We're going to go ahead and move on to pile number 3. Wow. Now, pile number 3, guess what? The Ascended Masters are coming forward for you. And we're going to look at your picture real quick. Pile number 3 is the water picture, the woman by the water. Okay, I happen to know a couple of you. Jolene said this is my pile. Yes. So there's a woman by the water. Her hair is blowing in the wind. We see the water is all over the place. And in the background, it's kind of hard to see, but in the background, there's a shipwreck. Okay, so this is based on the literary work, which you may want to go ahead and read for yourself because there's probably something there for you. But this is based on the literary work by Shakespeare called The Tempest. All right. Now, The Tempest by Shakespeare was written in 1610 and 1611, and it was his final work. So I was already getting vibes. I love this, Jolene, that you're moving into your final work, meaning no more shifting, okay? Now, what's really incredible about this is I was getting Ascended Master energies, not only because we're using the Mahabharata, which is my Ascended Masters deck, okay, which is so synchronistic and I love it, is that the Phoenix appears in this play in Act 3, Scene 3, 33, okay? And there are multiple characters, but, and of course, Julie, you're gonna love this because we're also getting, as one of the characters is referred to as a sprite, but it's Ariel. And so I'm getting angelic there, okay? And Ariel, it has to do with the wind and the waters and plants, okay? And animals. So it's all about, there's some grounding here. And there's talk here about This play is all about that some people need the supernatural to teach them, that there are illusions at play, and sometimes some people need to uncover these illusions. Okay. The harpy eagle was also found in here. And Archangel Ariel, interesting enough, is the lioness. And when I was doing some like research to connect things, this is synchronistic for you, Jolene, my soul sister from Ascended Light Warriors. And you can see all of us together on Friday, by the way, you guys. But, you know, remember, I think last week, the angel pile, we were showing the girl, she was like the princess with the rainbow necklace, and she was holding the torch, and she had an afro, but she had yellows. Okay, so this is, that's what came up. And so that's so funny because I think that's what you chose last week. Now, this particular literary work is a love story, as the shipwreck is about, okay, in its quickest way to explain this particular play, there is a shipwreck in the distance, and the girl that you're seeing, her name is Miranda, and she sees the shipwreck and her heart is broken for the people that are in the ship. She doesn't realize that the people in the ship are actually foes, like enemies of who betrayed her father. Okay. And her father were left on this island when she was 3 years old. There's another 3. And they were left there for 12 years, which is also another vibration of a 3. So I was just seeing 33, 33, 33. Okay. So, so this could be, I'm getting the feeling that those of you that chose this is a long cycle, 12 to 15 years, and getting more than 15 years altogether, but 12 to 15 years. And what happens in this shipwreck is Ferdinand comes to the island, he swims ashore, and he sees her, and they instantly fall in love. And he is blown away that she speaks English like him because he thinks that she's a goddess. And at the same point in time, she falls in love with him at love at first sight. So this is really beautiful. When I was getting ready, this is all about a love connection collectively. So this is your version of the love connection. A couple things that have come up as